I'm live, supposedly. Hi. Let's hope it works. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, good midnight, somewhere. On this round globe. Let's hope everything is working. Sound should be good. Nope, shadow. Huh, okay. Let me know. Okay. Hi. Okay, I just need to make sure that this is working. Okay, good. So there's definitely quite a bit delay, probably like 20 to 30 seconds. Hello. Happy holidays. It's another year. I wonder how many people are actually on holiday. You know, depending on where you are, you may still be working. Most of the countries in this world probably do not really celebrate Christmas with holidays. But definitely the consumerism knife is coming at you for Christmas. Oh, it's cold. It's snowing outside. Not really, but like a little bit. It's been very cold where I am for a week, and it's gonna continue for another week into New Year, and pretty much every day the lowest temperature is around -20. Oh, feels good. So I have hot water, the Chinese thing. I don't know if it can catch the steam coming out of it. Like, I can see it, but I don't know if you can see it on camera. It's not against a dark background. And I don't have it on very high definition for streaming, so you probably cannot see it. But it's the what we call this, all-purpose magical tonic from China. Hot water always works. Drink more hot water. So happy holidays, Merry Christmas, whatever like works for you. The word politics, and wherever you are. Okay, we're just looking for excuses to celebrate our mundane existence, really. I mean, we can celebrate Christmas, we can celebrate New Year coming up in a week's time, and then in another month's time that would be Chinese New Year. The Chinese New Year's Eve would be on the very last day of January this year, and the first day would be February the 1st. So I probably will do another stream around that time for the January one, and yeah, something like that. Today I will do 2 giveaways, each 50 Canadian dollars, as I did last time. So I'm gonna randomly pick somebody. I don't know, maybe I'll think of something as it goes in terms of playing games and stuff, and then for the person who somehow get it, and then you email me. Okay, I'll let you know. So I'll do one like in the first hour or so, and then one after that, and then email me and let me know what you want it to be, you know. So it could be any kind of gift card that I can get for you. I did that last time, and it did work out pretty nicely for people in other places who got, like, I think one person got like grocery store card, which is really cool. Definitely very practical. I like that. So I'm gonna do 2 in this stream. There is no other really specific purpose, just to do the usual monthly stream, and then obviously Christmas, you know, and then talking about dramas and chatting, and really just trying not to make it another video so that I can save time on editing and subtitling. And there have been people who are very kind, offering hand to do subtitles for me in other languages other than English. And I've had people saying they can do Arabics and in Spanish, and I'm really grateful. But with that, it's a lot of workload. So it cannot be like unpaid, but then also paying people doing that, you know, it probably will cost quite a bit. And also, the funny thing is, when people say, can you have multiple subtitle, like language subtitles? I would go, yeah, but I can't read those languages. So if people reply, say, in a language that I don't understand, then it's sad that I won't be able to interact at all. So that's also a problem somehow. And auto-translate from Google is really bad, but, well, it's not really bad, it's weird, and it doesn't understand a lot of the things I talk about because of the nature of it. So yeah, well, we'll see how that works out. While I was talking about that, I was thinking about something else. Let me try to remember that. What was that? About subtitling. I was thinking of something and I forgot. I'm getting old, holy shit. The neurons in my head are not connecting correctly. So I was thinking about talking about something related to that as it came up. And it evaporated. Cool. Oh, it catches up with you, hey? Oh, I was saying, in recent month or so, I wasn't able to catch up with most of the comments, also like emails. I'm really slow at replying emails. So if you get a reply a month afterwards, don't get surprised, because I'm too preoccupied with other things and just don't have time to deal with it. Yesterday, I just cleaned away like 200 piled up emails in my mailbox. It's not the worst. It's not worst. Because I remember there was a time when I was working at a company and I received like daily 50 emails at least. And it's all like everyday new emails. So if you don't look at it for a week, obviously that can't happen if you're on a break. I mean, if you go away for 3 days, right? It takes your entire day to just sort through all the emails you get, which is insanity. So if any of you out there are working online and doing stuff and you have to do emails all the time, sympathy, okay? I understand that. Hey, Canadian. Hey, yeah. Well, it's not. People say like Canadian likes to say sorry, which is like, but it's not just Canadians. The Brits are like that exactly the same way. And then the A thing. I mean, I don't, honestly, I don't do it exactly like the Canadians do, okay? I have Canadian friends who would, who would A it much more like a Canadian. I am nowhere near that. So, have you watched Spider-Man? I haven't watched any films for 2 years because I just don't want to go into a cinema. Now, I will wait till it actually is okay to go into cinema for sure. So I'm looking at some of the comments. You look young, ma'am. Thank you, Mohammed. I have to tell you, it's mostly due to lighting. I have a giant light shining in my face. Look at that in my glass. Okay, can you see that? It's very close to me and it's in my face. Therefore, you think I look young because all the things gets erased by lighting. I mean, if you blast light at anybody, I mean, technically you can erase their wrinkles completely. It just depends on how bright it gets. So, thank you, but believe me, camera eats away a lot of the, particularly this type of camera, like the digital good cameras, not like phone. Like iPhone does it so well to show you what you actually look like. But then all the other like Panasonic, Sony, the proper content creator cameras, and with a good lens, it tends to eat away a lot of the details on your face. as long as you have good lighting, and you always look better with that lens and that light, then say just shoot it with the front facing camera, and that will tell you like exactly what you look like. Okay, so there's a filter. I don't have a filter on now, but just because of the setup, it's not the truth. Okay. Don't believe it to be like that. Love my top. Thank you. I also like it. I got it at a sale, which is really nice. It's really nice. Yeah, blasting lights definitely works. Discord closed for now. We will start to do it in January, but it will only be invite only for now, just because of my moderator teams. Yeah, they are so hardworking, and nobody does it for money, and there's only that much time and energy you can do like spend on deal with that. And if it's fully sort of opened, it's just too much work for people who are not getting paid at all. So that part is just like make do. Legend of Condo Hero box set. What is your copy number? My number is the Tesla number, 369. Tesla would be very happy about that number. Yeah, I got an email from AsiaPac, and they told me that definitely there were a couple of orders coming from United States after the video went out. So good for them. I'm happy, and I hope you like it when they get to you. It's very heavy. The book is like six kilograms, like the whole set. That's the weight that I saw on my parcel when it got here, and I had to like drag it from post office because I didn't expect it will be there, so I didn't bring anything to basically carry it. So it got to me as just a box that's like a stone, super heavy. and I used my shirt. I did a makeshift bag, like the Chinese period drama classic way when you have a big piece of cloth and you do like you wrap things up and you hold it in your hand. I did that. I dragged that 6 kilo of books home because I forgot about it. It went out at the end of May from Singapore, didn't get to me until September, and along the way I emailed them a couple of times, and there couldn't, like, you can't see any tracking sort of progression online because it probably was on ocean. So I was like, maybe it got lost. So I totally didn't expect it, and when I got it, I'm like, oh my god, the books are so huge. So I hope you're enjoying it. It's really nice. It's a nice set of books, and I have the highest respect of anybody who does graphic novels and comics, and particularly like in that kind of volume. It's insane. You have to draw like how many years to get that done? Final thought on who's the murderer. Okay, so let me look at a couple of questions people ask about who's the murderer, enemy, favorite dramas. Okay. Who's the murderer? I think they cut out a lot of things. Like the version you see at the end of it is a heavily cut version. I heard there are actually multiple ways this thing ends. With the novel from iQIYI, it's a much darker and sadder and like pretty much everybody dies in the end type of story. Whereas if you just look at the story as the drama version, there could be a different, I mean, I feel like people have been trying to figure out what are the part that got cut. It's likely that the two leads, Zhao Liying's character and Dong Zijian's character, both of them have actually done something against the law for sure that would get them punished. And that would be the like original sort of idea of it, but then all of those parts got cut out. it's so cut out to the point that you just don't quite understand what happens at the end of it. The last 2 episodes is like, you know, like when you watch it, it's like what, why, and it ends. So it's sad. But I think, okay, to be honest, I think this is definitely the production's responsibility. It's like, there's no way that you don't know. There are certain things you just don't write, and then if you do, it's just not gonna go through any censorship. It's gonna get cut anyway, so don't write the story in the beginning. Don't set the people up to be like that. You won't even have a coherent story at the end of it. Why do it? You know, like, you know, it's like some of that definitely is not gonna go through. Then just don't write it like that. There are other ways to talk about, like, to write interesting stories, and it's money. It's so much money you put into it, and then you have to cut things away. It's just like, really, I don't understand. There are ways of getting around things, and it's not ideal. It's not ideal, but still, I think it's responsibility also on the production side to think through it, you know, like, before you do it. If you have to have to write so many plot points, things the characters do that you know it's not gonna go through, what's the point of doing that in the beginning? You know, testing your luck or something? Anyway, it's sad because I like this drama up to like pretty much episode 14, and then the next 2 is just like, what the heck is going on? I don't understand. Xiaoyang, Dong Zijian, Zhao Lin, they're all very good. And pretty much everybody else is also very good. It's a pretty good drama. The best one of 迷雾剧场 so far. I know, like, the Taojing is coming out too. So, I haven't watched that yet. I have too many dramas. So, Who is the Murderer? Just very sad that it didn't fully, you know, express its potential, basically. 对手, Enemy. I have watched up to episode 6 or 7. I'm slow catching up because they're airing very fast. 2 episodes a day, non-stop. So it's going, like, rolling along, and I have no time to just chase. Like, there's so many dramas that are doing daily updates, and I'm like, I'm too behind. 对手, Enemy, 昂爱奇艺. Okay, there's one thing about that drama that's difficult for me to watch. That drama is good, okay? Everything is pretty good. It's just like, I can't quite believe the setup. But I know it's actually based on real things because there were real spies that got caught, I think last year or something. When they get like, when it got, like, the report came out about what kind of financial state they were in, it's just really sad. And it's the same thing that as you see it in this drama. So the drama is like, parts of it is based on real thing, but because Guo Jingfei, Tan Zhuo, and Ning Li, those 3 actors, they vibrate, okay? The previous roles, and just like naturally what they are like, and they're so mainlander. They're so red, basically. That when they play spies across the channel, like, I know they're good actors, but I just don't believe it. I don't know how many people have that, but I watch it, I'm like, wow, great acting, wow, cool plot, and I'm like, wow, that is like pushing the limit of censorship and all that, in terms of like the sexually explicit things and then other things, but I also was like, but I still don't believe you. So like, I just don't, like, Guo Jingfei is just so, you know, this side. I don't know, like, how many people have that. Maybe it's just the Chinese thing, and if it doesn't work on you like that, it's fine. But for me, I constantly laugh as I watch this drama because I'm like, yeah, but I don't believe that. But you did it well, right? Actors did it well. Plot is funny, like ridiculous at times, but then I'm like, still, I don't believe it. And then if you've watched, there's a special feature, like short video of those 3 in a car, and they're shooting it on the blue screen with the streets flash by, and they're just like doing a scene. And they did it on purpose for the fun of it. So it's intended for gag reel with Ning Li, Guo Jingfei, and Tan Zhuo. And the three of them fake the Taiwan accent in that video. And 你这样很机车耶! They talk like that? Oh my god, it was so funny. On China's internet, I laughed so much. I laughed so much about that. Yeah, so for that drama, the biggest problem is I just cannot quite believe the actors due to not that they're not good actors, okay, but I will try to watch that. I can't make sure, like I can't promise I'll be able to watch through it. It just like 雪中悍刀 is also airing, although it's slowing down, and also 对手 kicked 雪中悍刀 Snow Sword Stride off like the golden slot of CCTV, which is so funny. It took over its slot, and I'm like, okay, CCTV is definitely looking at its rating and deciding, this is not the best thing. We should put a different drama on this slot. Again, let me look at a couple of other things. Luoyang. Yeah, Luoyang fighting scene. Luoyang's fighting scene got into the scandal of plagiarism, and it's clear they plagiarized 凡人修仙 animation so much for that one particular scene at the beginning of the drama. I think episode 1. If you've watched episode 1, where Song Qian did that fighting, like I said, it looks very GoPro and it's really well shot. I was very impressed by that. In the first impression video, I talked about that particular scene, and then it turned out it's actually fully plagiarized from an animation series from China called 凡人修仙. Exact 分镜, which is storyboard, and then the way it fights, like the fight sequences, and then how the camera captures each moment, and then editing. And it's like, really? Seriously? What the heck? What can I say? It's just pathetic that it happens like that. And the production company of Luoyang has a really awkward and bad attitude towards this whole thing. It's like they admit that they did it, but then they don't apologize, which is just like, what the heck? Being controversial definitely brings traffic. Although it's pretty pathetic, but what can you say? This is Chinese dramaland, okay, cesspool of weird things and bad things. Yeah. To Fly With You. I didn't watch every second, but I did catch the last couple of episodes just to see how it ends. And it is a romantic drama, okay, with good-looking people. The sports part, let's just like, you know, like let it slide. And there's no way that you can do certain things that easily, as the drama says. But I just look at good-looking young people and then have fun with it, and feel the auntie spirit in me burn, and I think that's enough. Honestly, I was in To Fly With You literally just for looking at two very good-looking people. I'm shallow, okay? Wang Anyu and Song Zu'er, they're very good-looking, and their chemistry is very nice. You know, so I have the motherly feel towards them, and it's good enough. Will I ever review K-drama too? It depends on if I have time. I can't even deal with all the Chinese dramas. I sometimes I wish I have 48 hours a day. I'm pushing my sort of like possibilities of making videos to its limit right now already. It's just like, I don't know how to do that. You let it go with sports. Yeah, true. Good looking people. Mother of you. Garden, like Dream Garden is actually not bad. I thought it would be really bad, but it's good enough. It's watchable. It's watchable. It hasn't fallen off the it hasn't fallen into the place where it's like awkward and embarrassing to watch. It's actually rather nice. But I don't think it's gonna get like anything big, or like it's not gonna get very acclaimed. But it will be like okay. And some of the cases are 跳预言家, right? Dream Garden, in terms of how like its own airing schedule and what happens in Chinese entertainment, the timing of things are just like magical. The moment real gaslighting happened, the plot is literally gaslighting, and then the moment about the fans and idol plotline happened around the exact same time Wang Lihong's thing happened, and people are like, wow. 预言家. This is like pure coincidental luck of that drama just hitting on the timing. You can't plan that. It's definitely just their luck. Got a round of free publicity for the drama itself. But that's only the beginning of the drama. The drama still has like what? 2/3 or 70% left. A long way to go. It could still just totally collapse into totally just like illogical weird shit about romantic involvement story and weird mystery thriller plot that doesn't make logical sense. It could still happen. We'll see. It's the 季风剧场, so it's very slow. It only is like 2 episodes a week. Chasing the Light, who knows if it's ever gonna come out. These days, it's hard to say. They have to cut out probably a lot of stuff of Chasing the Light if it has to come out, like somehow. I will probably not make worst best drama of 2021, because it's very, you know, like it's the type of like you expect it at the end of the year. And then you're like, yeah, but you're just basically repeating what you've said already and put it in one video, and it's like exhausting. So I definitely will talk about certain things in dramas, but not really like worst, best, favorite. Like I probably will still make 2 videos just talking about other things about dramas, also like a type of list, but really not good, bad. In terms of that, it just gets really boring, because I see all those Chinese drama reviewers doing that now. They've started it in December, and those bigger accounts, you know, like if you watch Chinese content creators on Bilibili, you know who they are. They have all started making best dramas, worst dramas, counting that. They do that every year, and sometimes, you know, I just feel those videos are like, yeah, but it's so formulaic that it's no longer really, it's exhausting basically. So I probably will not do that this year in the same way. Last year I did. I mean, it's okay, but I'll try to do it in a different way, so just to make it interesting for myself. Do you need to watch all the dramas? I have all the subscriptions of all the Chinese drama platforms. It's part of my budget of running the channel. So 爱奇艺, Mango, Youku, Tencent, I have them all. I even have like Viki. the Viki one. Because I check out like other things, like how international people react to Chinese dramas, just for the fun of it. It costs money. I also have to buy VPN to VPN back to China so that I can watch those platforms. So that's also a cost that I have to spend every year. It's actually quite crazy. So I have to buy their subscriptions, and then I have to buy the subscription to VPN so that I can go back to China's IP. Can you imagine? Professional hazard. 顾慧娜. Okay, you said you missed actor videos. Am I gonna continue making that? Not for now. You know what happened in 2021? I don't want to make a video about an actor and find out like next week they're gone, and somehow I become like I'm bad luck. It could happen, and it could totally just be coincidental, but it would be awkward. It would be very awkward, and there's high possibilities of that happening these days. So I'm like just holding off on that until it's no longer this volatile. House collapsing happened too many times this year, and well, I mean, as I think none of the people I've talked about has collapsed yet. So I want to keep that record. I want to keep that record, okay? I just don't want to look really ridiculous and funny, really. That's it. I wonder how much money you spent on subscriptions. Yeah, a lot. I mean, not a lot, because Chinese subscriptions are not insanely expensive, but they're getting more and more expensive. iQIYI and Mango have both raised their price recently. Hey. Don't ask me about any BL adaptation dramas about when they can come out. They may never come out, and they may come out and getting heavily edited, or they may come out without any promotion. Who knows? Nobody knows. Okay, for that, no one knows. Not even the insider that I know. Like, I asked them about like what would be this and that, and they were like, you're dreaming. They're like, you're dreaming, okay? Right now, impossible. Later, who knows? So I'm like, okay, fine. Okay, cool. Yeah. Ha. So if you're really looking forward to BL dramas, just keep it really relaxed. It's like, don't have any expectations. And then it may come, actually. One of them heavily edited, but still coming out. If you think about it too much, you may think it away. Forget about there's BL adaptations, okay? Just let it surprise you and helicopter in your life one day when you wake up. Wouldn't that be nice? That would be my suggestion. Sad. Immortality shit. I forgot about its existence. See how much stuff has happened this year that you almost like forget about certain things completely? Immortality, hey. You know, it's likely 长月烬明 is gonna come out before Immortality. Oh, heavens. Hiya. Entertainment, hiya. This year Chinese entertainment is like there's so much melon, like you get stuffed and your soul put on weight because of all that unhealthy sugar that was forced down your throat. Yeah. So right now, the dramas that are ongoing that I'm watching, Luoyang, I'm still chasing it. Who's Murderer just wrapped. 对手, I tried to watch it. Snow Sword Stride, I tried to keep watching it, although I'm like a little bit behind. 沉睡花园, Dream Garden, I'm watching it. Now, Gold Penning is out, I have to watch it somehow. I have to make time, which I don't have. What else? There's something else. What is that? I can't remember. Like, I can't keep it in my head. It's crazy. And I've been watching all those, so I don't even know if I'm gonna make videos talking about all of them, just because there's so much stuff going on. Love my lipstick color, thank you, but this color actually comes off camera differently as what it looks like in real life. Somehow today's, I don't know, like the auto, I'm on auto, so you can see like the white balance changes when I move around. It looks more yellow than what it actually looks like in real life. So again, camera cheats it. You think the color looks good, but it's actually not the real color in real life, huh? So, drama highlights of 2021 has no social watching or releasing a lot more contemporary drama than 古装. Yet this year, yes. I don't think it's like in any way intentional. It just happens to be what get stocked up and then piled up and then airing. Also, just because overall producing a similar level of complicatedness drama in period and in in period and contemporary drama is always going to be cheaper. Probably like a third, at least a third cheaper to half price, just because of the nature of it. Props, costumes, sets, you cut a lot of cost when you do contemporary. You can even just get the actors dressed in their own clothing and you just rent an office and then you shoot. But if it's period drama, you have to go to either Hengdian or those Xiangyang or those already made period drama sites. So you have to figure out scheduling and who rents what at what time. And then you may have to build it yourself. Literally, when you don't have a set that's suitable for your story, you have to do architecture. And then you have to do costume. Like the costume and hair is so much money in that. And contemporary dramas doesn't have that. Anyone who knows about like period drama for guys, their wig, because guys have to have the hairline done with the whole cap on their head, whereas girls can use the parts of their real hair and then just like what I do for my dramas, for my videos. So it's much cheaper for girls to do. It would just be like the hair ornaments that may cost money if they make it for real. But for guys, the wig itself is insanely expensive. Insane. For main characters, okay? They have to get that design for their shape and for the particular character. And each period drama, they get their specific ones. And unless they're making it in sequences with the same production company and pretty much not really changing essentially their look, they may be able to repeat using that old wig they've used, but unlikely if it's not consecutively made by the same company and with the same warehouse where they store their things. Every time you do a new wig, a lot of money. I think a lot of people, if you actually use wig in life, you know how expensive they get for like good ones. So, extra money, extra money. Zhang Ruoyun has a really good wig in Snow Sword Stride. The hair is beautiful. Like smooth, shiny, silky, and it looks like real hair. It's definitely not fake hair and very long. So like his wig is like, wow. I looked at his wig, I'm like, money. Smells money. Do you have any plans for 2022? Not dying. That's my plan. I do wanna do a new thing for my shop. And that is totally different from everything I have now. I'm working on it. It may take a long time to figure out all the links of how to make it happen. And it will be difficult, fully handmade, time-consuming, expensive, hard to ship. Probably not that many people will want it, but I like it. I like it a lot. So I've been working on it. Maybe it will happen, but it's gonna take a lot of effort. It's hard where I am because of the postage thing. Incredibly, ridiculously expensive postage situation that needs to somehow get resolved. Yeah. If voice has memory, I followed up to episode 8 or something. Yes, that's the one I was thinking. Thank you. Iona, Day, you saved me. Because I know there's a drama in my head. I just can't remember it. Like the ones I've been watching. Thank you. If voice has memory, how can I forget it? It's Wei Zheming. It's one of my mental harem members. I'm just kidding. I have this chat group with a couple of girls. We're good friends, and the funny thing is, the three of us, we each have different, totally different Dramaland sweethearts. And we don't overlap at all. We never overlap. Like every time I say, I really like this guy, and the other girl would say, I feel nothing. And every time they say they really like certain people, I'm like, I don't get it, but you know, I respect your choice. So we've been having this chat group for like what, 3 years now, and nothing has ever overlapped. And we're like, wow, we three in our mental inner court of good-looking guys can cover the entire base probably of Dramaland just because it doesn't overlap at all. And it just reminded me. Yeah, he's in my side of the inner court. And I forgot about that. See it? I am so 花心大萝卜. I'm the big 花心, big radish in Chinese. There are too many good men to look at. So like when you see one of them, like, yeah, that works. Pick it up in your head and just put it in your mental harem. I'm just kidding. And then the three of us just have a huge joined mental harem. We're joking because it does not overlap at all. It's so funny. What is 花心? Your heart. It literally means flower, heart. 花心 just means somebody who just likes so many people at the same time. So you are not like faithful or loyal or like staying just like true to one person. It's like, oh, that is good, that is good, that is good. 万花丛中过，片叶不沾身. Think about 温客行, okay? When he said 万花丛中过. But he did said I only pick you, but the fact is for 万花丛中过 people, right? It's more like yeah, everybody is like good. Oh, that is good. That is good. Oh my god, the world is such a beautiful place. Who's in your inner court? It changes. It updates. It's not like stale. It's not fixed. It moves. Some people fall off the list as time goes on and new ones come in. So it's like rolling all the time. I don't have a huge one, but like it would be like top of my mind. I usually keep like 4 or 5 of them. And then the ones that I've had before that now kind of is like grown out of, they're in the like that they're stocked up in warehouses. And I don't think about that at all or very often. Sometimes not at all. But occasionally I get reminded of, oh, they're still lying in a box somewhere in my warehouse. Some of the long-lasting ones that did exist for a long time and now no longer, but for many years, one of the strongest ones, okay, very early on, when I was very young, like a long time ago, it was the Hong Kong actors. For a time, I really liked Zhang Zhiling, okay? And then, interestingly enough, it became Zhong Hanliang, which like they both acted in 逆水寒. So it's funny, right? The two of them. These two were very prominent when I was much younger. And then it moved more to the mainland actors. Just because like really just Hong Kong film and television really declined quite a lot. People just don't get that much exposure and works anymore. So, you know, it's pretty like telling of how it reflects, you know, what goes on in the industry for the last 3 decades, kind of. So, Zhang Zhiling was the first one, I think, serious one. But even when I was even younger, like I can remember when I was like even younger, really, really young, and I had no idea about really like the sort of, once you become older, the type of attraction that you understand is different from when you're much younger. Like when you're a kid. Let me think. It's very funny. There's one actor from American actor. His name is, I can't even remember. No, I can. Let me think. The Superman actor back in the 90s of the television series. Dean Cain, is that his name? I remember when I was very, very young, I really liked him as Superman. Holy shit. How long was that? 1 million years ago? So yeah, then, yeah, okay. And nowadays, I just have a much bigger harem, and it rose. People show up and disappear. Oh, I still also remember David Hasselhoff. Not because I like him, but I like his role in like Knight Rider. That was really young now. I was like primary school age young, and I think I liked that television series because it did get imported in China and got dubbed in Chinese. I remember when I was very, very young, I watched it and I liked the car. And particularly the car's personality and its voice. I like it so much. I want the car to be a real person. I was in love with a car, not a human. I can't believe it. It's so ridiculous. I'm trying to remember my childhood and it's getting crazy. Yeah? How many people are like me who like the car more, much more than the actual person? Yeah, Love Me If You Dare has that like AI car as well, and it's so copying that. Oh my god. Smallville. Oh, Smallville is cool too, but that's later. It happened after Superman, like the Dean Cain Superman. It's the next Superman. I did like it a lot, pretty much from like season 1 to 4. Afterwards, it just slipped off. but the first couple of seasons were good. And later you found out the actress who played Chloe, what she's really like in life, and you're like, she will end up on her own wall of weird. Wow. Like when I heard that, I was like, oh, my eyeball. I was like, what? Oh my god. Cannot, like, today is definitely end of the year looking back, and we are just not looking back at 2021. We're looking back at the entirety of my existence and memory of dramas. I did like small, you know, like I actually have, I think, from season 1 to 5 Blu-ray, an actual proper Blu-ray, like not pirated copy, that of Smallville, back in my China place. I just remembered that. Holy. I forget about these things, and if I don't think about them, I don't remember at all. So, yeah. These days, it's just much quicker. I update them very quickly. If they don't show up for a while and there's no good work of them, like I just delete them from my head and I get new ones. I mean, for a while, I was really into Vampire Diaries. Can you believe it? for a while, like the first 2 seasons, and then I got like, it's starting to get ridiculous. I don't want to watch it anymore. But the first 2 seasons are pretty good. Oh yeah, Michael Rosenbaum is a really good actor. He's really good, really good, really good, really, 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 really good. His Lex is good. His Lex is good. His father's Lex is also good. Like, they're very good. Luther is very good too. These couple of actors are very good. Vampire Diaries. Oh, yeah, I gave up on it too. I think the first 2 seasons I really liked it, and then I was like, what the heck? And like, everyone had a Vampire Diary phase. The lady is so pretty. I'm not so into the guys really in that series, but I mean, I look at Elena, I'm like, wow, how can you be that pretty? Like, face pretty, body pretty, it's like perfect, insanely pretty. Can you have like a waist that tiny and still stand up? And then people are made with different things, you know, like, although we're same species, Homo sapien, but we're totally made of different things. Like, how can you be that pretty? Huh. Tom Hiddleston will always be there. Okay, he's right now in my storage warehouse boxes, but he's always gonna have a place. Hiddleston, Cumberbatch, James McAvoy, Dan Stevens. Those are like my 4 Brits. Like, Brits have their own category, and Brits have their own box, and it's always these 4 guys who are in the box. Although probably they won't get along very well. Because there's one Scots person, right? And then 3 Englishmen, is that? Can't remember exactly like what is the exact nationality of them. James McAvoy is definitely from Scotland. I know that. His accent is just way too telling. The other 3, I think they're all English. Posh people. So these 4 are my like Brits box. And then Alan Rickman, who is gone and who is like as old as my father, is gonna be a god forever for me. Alan Rickman. R.I.P. His voice is my favorite male voice on planet Earth. I'm very into voices. You have to have a good voice to impress me. And yeah, what can I say? Eddie Redmayne, he's good enough, but he's like the. If I have to jam in another person, I probably would put him in. But I'm not super, like, not forefront of my mind type of thing. But he's good too. Alan Rickman. You know, like, I liked Snape because it's him playing the character. And if it wasn't him, I wouldn't like Snape that much at all. And there are a lot of weird ships on the internet of Snape and other characters in Harry Potter. And they're so weirdly fun. Like, there are people who ship Snape and Hermione, which is like... But it's actually really cool when they make those videos. I'm like, I don't buy into that, but your edit is really good. I don't know how many people have watched those things, but yeah, it's just Jeremy Irons is cool too. Yeah, like a tiny island of Britain, but it has produced a lot of really good actors. Sherlock. Yeah, what else? Yeah, we kind of strayed off really. Like, yeah, I have no idea where I am now. I'm making an edit And I hope I can put it out before the end of the year. And it's not gonna be the end of the year cut that I've done for the last 3 years. This year I'm not doing it. First is because too many dramas and there's just too much work to collect all the footage from drama episodes and then put them into editing. I did do some like notes starting from the beginning of this year, but then I realized I created a main thread of this edit that needs to include a lot of the shots of Word of Honor. But you know what happened, and because of that, I can't make that edit. Like, it wouldn't work on, like, it wouldn't be able to upload it, basically. In China, on YouTube, probably you can, but then, you know, I don't want to do it so that people don't get to see it. It's awful, but it can't happen like that. So, and also just because the idea of the edit really needs a lot of the scenes from a lot of the moments of Word of Honor. I can't get around it. I've been planning that, right, for half a year, and it's already there. And I've collected other dramas moments that can be mix cut into this main thread line that I made up with Word of Honor's stuff. And there's just no way to get around it. I can't find a replacement of that. If that doesn't work, then nothing works for my edit. And it's just pretty. But it is what it is. So I'm like, okay, so I can't make this edit anymore. I kind of like decided not to make it for this year. So we're not gonna have the end of the year cut like I've done for the last 3 years of all Chinese dramas that nobody watches. And took me over a month to edit each one just because of the insane amount of workload it involves. So this year I'm not doing that, but I'm making another edit just on the that actor Zheng Yecheng and all his period drama fighting sequences, because it looks good. He's a good fighter and he does it well. Like, one of the best actors these days who can still fight on camera for real, thanks to his training. So I'm making an edit on that. I hope I can put it out before the end of the year. So yeah, this is life. What can we what can you say? C'est la vie, hey? It's like yeah, just for my design, because I've already designed the edit in a way that I just cannot get around. The fact is I have to use certain shots and stuff, and it wouldn't work. It wouldn't be allowed to be uploaded. What can I say? So, you know, like, it's really hard when you try to scour through thousands of hours of footage and just find that 1 second that will work. And if you have it, and then you have to ditch it, then you just don't have a replacement anymore. It's, if you do edit, you know what I mean. When it doesn't work, it doesn't work. And it's like, yeah, well, what can I do? But Zheng Yecheng is good looking. And because of I have to do the edit, I have been watching a couple of dramas. At least his parts I haven't watched before. Some of them very old, but they're pretty good. I use Final Cut. I've been using it for years. I just got used to it, so I don't want to change it. I know the software well enough. I don't know, like, who is doing his agent's work and management and whatever. He doesn't get good scripts. He doesn't get good offers, which is very sad. I think he deserves better things than what he's got so far. I look through everything he's been in and I'm like, he could do, like, he is able to do better scripts and he can do it well, but he doesn't get that kind of opportunity. He gets offered with stuff that are not too bad. I mean, everything considered, looking at the overall quality of Chinese dramas, he definitely is not the most unlucky one, but he doesn't get good ones. He hasn't even had one really good one in any sense fully like the type of like you give it a 2 gold plus without a question type of thing hasn't happened to him yet. Yeah. Premiere Pro, I've used that before. I mean, I can use it to edit stuff, but it wouldn't be as comfortable. Is Luhan still famous? He still has big fandom. And he kind of moved on from the previous type of idol to a different kind. Like, nobody would not know about him. And even if he doesn't have a lot of work coming out or anything, for now, it's like, if you talk about him, it's not like people don't know about him anymore. He has gotten so famous at a point that he has kind of left a permanent imprint on the idol land of Chinese entertainment. And as long as it still remains active, even if he's not like the current top person, it's not like anybody would not know about him. Oh, we're first hour, so I have to do the first giveaway. Well, let's think. I was thinking about playing some games, but I'm so bad at actually I have to go away for 1 second. Okay. I was thinking about doing that again, which is playing some music and then let people guess what it is, and the first person answer it correctly would get the giveaway. But I can't bring my qing up because it wouldn't play on this table. This table is stone and it would sound like shit. And then I haven't been practicing shell very, very diligently, so I'm really bad at it too. I forgot about that. Okay, let me figure out a way to do giveaway. Okay, from the moment I say this and you hear it, which there is time lag between this. If you want to join the $50 thing, type up, UP, okay? Type up, and then just type it once. And then I'm gonna scroll blindly in all those ups, and wherever my cursor stops, it's gonna be the up person or the closest up. Okay, so I'll give it a minute so that there will be a lot of ups for me to scroll through randomly. Let's just do up. I mean, you can type like, I mean, don't go like bomb it too crazily. I don't know if this algorithm is gonna like somehow think people are bombing this and they're gonna do something. So don't go too crazy. Like, don't type like 100 ups at one time. Okay, I'm gonna give it a little bit time and then I'm gonna scroll through all the up thing. And whoever gets it, gets it. I'm so lazy and irresponsible, holy. But it's holiday, okay? You're supposed to be lazy, like a cat. Like a lazy cat in the sun. Just doing that to its own belly. Okay, I'll do it another 10 seconds. I got disconnected for 1 second. I hope it didn't look too weird for people. So Xin Hui, and then YEOW. I stopped on your name. And so email me. You know my email, right? It's on my channel about hello@avenuex.ca, and let me know what you want. Whatever like gift card that's possible for you to purchase. Let me scroll to the end of it. Is it working? I know I got disconnected for 1 second, so if that happened, maybe it's just too many ups that actually hit some kind of like, I don't know, alert, alarm. So if you're still typing up, you can stop now. Am I still alive? Yeah. So the person, yes, okay, thank you. Yeah, that's the person. XINHUIYEOW. Okay. I got disconnected for 1 second, my assistant told me. So I stopped on your name. You are the first person. Later I'll draw another one and then email me. Just email me your just email me basically and tell me. Okay. Just email me. So you can stop upping now and up later, okay? When I say do another one, then we can do another one. If you're typing up now, it's just not gonna, you know, I won't be able to scroll back this further back later. People are still upping. Don't need to up anymore. Yeah, I will do another one later, okay? Trying to look Christmassy, but it's not really the Christmas red and green. It's different red and green on my head. So we can go back to talking about dramas a little bit more, or entertainment in general, or anything really, depending on what people are chatting. and how off topic we can get, you know, about things getting off topic. What's wrong with Dream of Red Mansion television series? You mean which one? There are multiple ones. 红楼梦 has its place in Chinese literature that has no comparison. That's it. No other novel has its particular position. And there's no comparison. It's kind of belongs to its own category of things, and for all kinds of reasons, really, ever since it got written, which wasn't that long time ago. I mean, it's ancient, but it's like, what, 200, 300 years old? So not super old. But because of its importance, and it is just of its own kind. So any kind of adaptation to screen of that IP is bound to get a lot of controversial things, always. I mean, 2010 one, I worked on it. I have all the insider news of it. I'm gonna powder myself right on camera on live stream. Who cares? Because it's Christmas. I am so shiny because of the light that's literally hitting in my face. Turning into a makeup content creator. I can't do it. Makeup content creator, too much work. Silence of Monster, 孤独的野兽. I've heard about it. What is it? I've heard about this title. Not quite sure what that is. Cheapen their brand with trillions endorsement for soap? What? I'm trying to read. Spill more teas, and no need to go specific about spilling teas of Chinese entertainment business. Just like let your imagination run wild, and the truth will usually be wilder than you can imagine. So that's it. Yeah, the promotional thing, hey, it's coming back a little bit. Who knows? Who knows? For a while, it got cut out of a lot of dramas. Now it's kind of like backing. Who knows? Who knows? But for a while, during the middle of this year, you do see a lot of dramas just cutting out all the product endorsement a lot, almost completely getting it out of it. But now they're kind of coming back. I guess like that guy is like not focusing on television series all the time. Funny. Redology, yes, 红学. It actually has its own, literally like, people who dedicate their life just studying that. Can you imagine that? So it has a different type of meaning and weight to the Chinese literature history. Therefore, whatever, like whoever makes a version of it, it's gonna get like really talked about. the like biggest IP of literature. Luhan needs good script. He cannot afford falling back into the idol land, and I don't think he wants to. I hope he has learned it makes sense for him to move on to the more, you know, like fitting for his age stuff. And really good scripts, like Crossfire, but depending on if really good, like good scripts are hard to come by. So hard to come by these days. Does not matter if you're the top popular person, you still may not get it. I mean, look at Zhao Liying. She's popular enough, hey? She still get Yufei. We're just like... Zhao Lusi, the particular route she's going down, pretty much I think by her own choice, and also her team and whatever, like who's ever signed her, right, for whatever purpose. It's not the best thing, but it may be the fastest way to cash in on it, like the money, that type of thing. You know, people are in the industry for different reasons. They may be in it mostly just for getting the fame and money thing. So if that's really what they want, he's going on the fastest possible track to get it. She is going on it. But it definitely takes away a lot of your... It's pretty much similar to what happens to Dili Reba when you think about her. Before she got famous, there were like a much lesser known work where you actually see her as an actress, proper actress in those productions. But once she got signed to Yang Mi's company, and then they decided to basically brand her, you know, as a particular type of actress, and then give her all the type of similar sort of script and roles to play, and then making money as the top priority, because her company really was, for a period, I think from 15 to 17, something like that. No, 15, 16, 17, 18. During those couple of years, Yang Mi's company that she had, she founded with her previous agent in Rosat and another previous agent in Rosat. That company had this contract with their investor. Basically, they had to hit a certain profit within 3 years. And because of what they need to do for that contract, they went crazy about taking scripting and not caring about quality, and just like Yang Mi herself, obviously plus Jiaxing, that company, doing it, turning it at maximum just to produce and get money in. And after those couple of years, it did manage, like Yang Mi did manage to basically fulfill the contract's requirement. But along the way, right, it kind of just over-consumes the, let's say over the years, the good karma and reputation that this company and its leading people have managed to gather. So that, I feel I mean, depending on really if you're in this industry, again, first is for what, then how long do you want to be in it? if you just want to catch the golden time of your like early to like late 20s, like the golden time of actresses, and just cashing on it as crazy as much as possible for money, and fame, to get yourself to the place where you yourself become a player of the capital game in this whole industry, and you no longer need to look at other people. You know, like you can decide your fate, and that's one route of going on, and therefore you would have to make a lot of sacrifices in terms of what kind of projects you work on and what kind of roles you play, and you just give up on the more ideal pursuit of the professional, artistic, or that type of thing, creative end of things, and you just give all your energy and priority to fast. And there are people who we want to pick this way. And let's be honest, for most people who enter this business, they come in for this. They don't come in for other like dreams or ideals, or I'm just like, I love acting so much though, I just cannot imagine my life without it. There are people like that, for sure, in this industry, but tiny number of them. Most of people would have both. Like, they have some kind of aspiration. They want, like, they like it, for sure, and they can do it, they have talent, but another huge part of it is like they want easy money fast, and fame, and whatever that comes with it. And that's the, you know, like, otherwise why are you in this industry that is very, in many ways, just pretty consuming for everything, for your health, for your mental health, for everything. So I feel like Zhao Lusi currently, ever since she got really popular from Tiger and Rose, she decided to go down the route that pretty much Jiaxing, Yang Mi, Di Li Ba have chosen. And I mean, it's valid. It's pretty like fair and square. You are in it for it. So if you do it well and you can climb to the top of it, not many people can do that. You know, it's also hard work. But overall, also, you have to look at how bad the industry is overall in terms of like the quality of work that is available. You can be a really talented, good actress and have very, you know, like good talent, and you have the right set of mind. And I mean, you may be like somebody who just really want to do good work, but you don't get the opportunity to do it at all. There's no good script on offer. It's just all shitty scripts and stupid characters over and over again. And I mean, do you still work? Do you want to keep working and not like let the industry actually forget about your existence? Or do you like if this is not a good script, I don't play it? And then after a couple of years, nobody remembers you anymore, so you can't play, even if there's good ones coming along, right? So it's never easy. It's just yeah. So as long as they're happy for what they're doing and they get what they want, and if they're surprised to pay for whatever they want and they're happy to pay it, then there's nothing other people can say about it, right? It's all very fair. 家型, yeah. 家型, particularly 家型 for guys, is just cruel. If you look at all the actors signed under 家型, when they are not doing any productions with 家型, so when it's not a 家型 in-house production, it's other companies' production, and they got selected as actors, all of those male actors do a much better job. Got better acting, better characters, better reputation response. Zhang Bingbing, because of Siteng, right, got a little bit more. I mean, Gao Weiguang in all those like the Hu Baiyi, the Tomb kind of like series, was so much better than the stuff that he does with Jiaxing. Zhang Yunlong, okay, isn't that clear enough? Jiaxing, the company itself, is just like crap at doing productions. And when they use their in-house actors for their in-house productions, it's just disasters over and over. But those actors are actually better than what they appear to be But because they're tied down to a lot of Jiaxing productions, people are just thinking of them as not so good actors, and that's actually not true. Zhang Bingbing, Gao Weiguan, Zhang Yunlong can all be very, very good, but you have to give them the right roles, right directions, right productions, and not Jiaxing stuff. And that says a lot about what kind of company Jiaxing is. And it's not just once or twice. It has always been like that, no exception. I think it is Dili Reba's beauty that saved Jiaxing's book for a long time. Because if it was just Yang Mi, it probably wouldn't be enough. But at the cost of basically, at certain, like after you've been used like that, at that intensity, and you've kind of like kept giving that and repeating that, what we say, the 灵气 got 磨没了. The kind of your particular personal special sparks and that uniqueness of an actress or a person gets polished to the point that it just disappeared. It becomes a product, fully commercial branded product. And those actresses, look at Yang Mi's early days when she was like 15 or 16. In those older dramas where filters didn't exist, internet rating didn't exist, everything has to be aired on television before internet. Those back in early 2000s, the series she did, Yang Mi, when she did that, she looked like a totally different person. The way she acts is actually like you can see that spark. Then it's no longer there. Now she's just like totally like that spark is gone, long gone. Dili Reba, the same thing. Totally different. Like now they just look pretty. They basically just look pretty and do the expected facial and physical reactions at whatever given scene. You know, they even like their crying, their happiness, their anger, their like whatever expression they have, they already figured out exactly how to do it to make it look okay, and they just repeat it. It's like they pre-programmed it, and they can do it 100%. They can go through any script, and it's all good enough acting that wouldn't just be ridiculous to watch, but there's no more. It's like the creative energy is gone. It's just like repeat. As long as I look pretty enough on camera, and then my fans like it, it's good enough. So yeah, I got, and I see Zhao Lusi going down that route. She's picking that, but she's kind of late for the game because this trend is dying. So her golden age would be running into the decline of this kind of content creation. Not the best thing. Hope she's still not too late to see that. But hey, again, you don't know. You don't know if they're in it for short or long. If they're not thinking about lifelong career, it's doing it, then wow. Then get the most out of it. Probably would be the priority of things. Tencent and Jiaxing should not work today. Yeah, Huanrui. Huanrui is pretty ridiculous too. That company is pretty ridiculous too. Nora, hi. From Dubai. Wow, that's far away and hot. Right now I'm like minus 15 degrees, something like that outside. Which is sad because when you go out and do grocery shopping, you let the green leafy vegetables out in the air for a little bit too long, they become crispy. And then when it got indoor, they die. Like they literally wither in front of your eyes. Oh, minus 11, not too bad. -11 is not too bad, but wow, really? Next week is all snow, and it's gonna get to -26. I love my life. 赵露思、鞠婧祎. Oh, come on, come on. Let's be fair. 赵露思 is a better actress than 鞠婧祎. Okay, 鞠婧祎 doesn't act. She doesn't act. She goes on a set doing the characters just so that she gets more video recording of her looking pretty in whatever styling of that drama. Her ultimate goal is to leave as much as footage in this timeline with her pretty face and her pretty makeup and hairline paint, and her goal is to just have as much as that information stored on the world's information bank. It's not even like she can't act, it's she doesn't really want to. It's almost like as long as I'm pretty, it's all good. So she's not an actress, really. She's a moving 3D photo shoot model who happened to show up on a set and got filmed. And then people edit it into a drama. So, don't compare these two. I think it's unfair. Although I'm not happy with a couple of dramas Zhao Lusi has done recently, she's still she can act when she wants to. And she understands what acting is. To a degree, definitely more than JJY. JJY is special. JJY has a special existence, JJY is better than Cheng Xiao. I don't even watch Cheng Xiao stuff, so I can't quite say. I know there are a couple of dramas. She did a period drama last year, right? Fantasy one. She has the this year that got totally boycotted by China's gaming community drama with Xu Kai. She also has a drama that's ongoing now with Luo Yunxi, although I think they threw out all the episodes. Is it? Can't remember. Anyway, I know what she looks like basically. But I haven't really spent much time watching her act. Can't quite tell. Like to love, but Luo Yunxi is good. Luo Yunxi, every time I look at him on screen, I worry about his... You know what I worry about there? It's like, if there is a strong gust of wind, he will disappear. He will be blown away, literally. The camera is on him, the wind blows, and where is Luo Yunxi? 5 meters out, he's out. I'm like, wow. If you look ridiculously skinny on camera, that means you're even more skinny in real life. And I just can't imagine, how can you stay that skinny? I start to worry about, I'm like, oh, can you function with that body weight? If that's possible, wow. He has some insane DNA. Yeah, I'm like, is it possible for a male adult to be that skinny and still, I don't know. It scares me. And every time I look at him, I'm like, wow. Wow. I hope he's healthy. I have no idea. Maybe some people are like that, but I mean, in my life experience, I've seen really skinny people, tall and skinny, DNA-wise, but still, they're not that skinny. To that level skinny. So he looks already way too skinny on camera, so I cannot imagine what he looks like in real life. so I am worrying, the auntie, the grandmother, the mother, the aunt thing comes out. I'm like, do you eat? Is there anybody feeding you? And do you want a chocolate bar? I'm afraid that he's gonna faint on camera. Just because of how tiny and skinny he is. Oh my god. Probably the skinniest actor, really, in Chinese dramaland. Yeah, he used to do ballet. So I mean, like, at least you need like crazy muscle, like a leg muscle at least to do. I mean, for guys also arms, right? Because you have to hold the girl up and do things. Yeah, so maybe he has like a incredibly efficient burning at energy set of DNA. There are quite a couple of good dancer turned actors. Yang being one. Luo Yunxi is one. Huang Xuan, surprisingly, also a dancer. Even Xu Kaicheng, can you believe it? Used to do ballet as well. Who else was a dancer? Qiao Zhenyu was a dancer. Wen Taiyi was a dancer. Wen Taiyi, the Zhang Xiaolong, the actor from Zhen Huanzhuan, Empress in Palace, the doctor, he graduated from dance academy. Any other guys who are like known to be a dancer before? Yi Bo is the street dance type of and trained as idol dance, so a different route of dancing, but yeah, that's dancing too. I'm more thinking of in the line of like actually like going through 武校, you know, the dance academy school, because a lot of actors and actresses come out of this in China. I mean, actresses, there are even more, like a lot of them. It's like count, and pretty much everybody, like 80% of them comes out of dancing schools. You know, Song Qian, Zhang Huiwen, so either Beiwu or Junyi, which is Beijing Dance Academy, Beijing Wudao, and Fuzhong, which is like the middle school thing. Anyway, the middle school is better than the university type of thing in academy term speaking. And then the 解放军艺术学院, which is People's Liberation Army Art Institute, I think. So Junyi and Beiwu, those are the two major dance schools that a lot of actors and actresses came out of. Many of them. Yeah, Song Qian is for sure. Li Tong, yes. Wan Peng also. Jing Chen is good. Jing Chen is good to the point where if she didn't got injured and quit, she would be like, I don't know, top dancers of a national troupe type of. She's textbook. Basically, she does a dance, they record it, and they show it to later students, and you just copy her, just be exactly like her, and it will be perfect. So that's Jing Chen's level, which is pretty insane. And she's got muscles. Like, even after so many years that no longer being a dancer, just look at her abs, which is Xuan Lu, yes. Xuan Lu is from that dance academy too. Jiao Mengjie is Li Qing is from Kunqu, so the Chinese traditional xixu. Yeah, so a lot of people are coming from that. Pretty much like 80% of the people you can think of comes from that background. Xu Kaicheng is a dancer, yeah. Ballet. Ballet. Can you imagine Xu Kaicheng doing ballet, hey? I didn't know, but when I found out, I was shocked. He doesn't look like he got trained in that, but he was. I mean, Liu Haoran. I forgot. Liu Haoran is from Dance Academy too. 北舞之耻. He's 中戏人北舞之耻. I'm just joking. That's how he called himself. Yang doesn't look like dancer. Are you serious? He is also one of the textbook dancer. So he is also like the sort of got recorded and then teach the next year students type of dancer. Had he not gone into acting, he would have basically got, like, he's one of those candidates to win like the highest dancing competitions of his age range in China. Like, he was training for that. And when he decided to not continue be a dancer and be an actor, there was bad drama between the school and the production. And I was there. I watched the whole thing unfold with my own eyes. When he got picked by Hong Lo Meng, and he decided to basically go into acting and sign up with the company and give up his dancing professional career. Oh my god. The assistant director of that production had so much hard work to deal with the school that just got really upset. And Li Qing pretty much too, because she was one of the rather promising Kunqu singers of her age. She's very young. She was like, what, 16, 15? Something like that. And there was a huge amount of convincing that went on for a long time to get her to act. And her troupe, like her training, her Kunqu trainers were not happy about that. They got plucked out of their original art form and ended up in acting because of Hong Lo Meng, the 2010 Hong Lo Meng. Yeah, I still remember the days when those directors were discussing these, and producer directors and other assistant directors discussing about how to get them in office, talking about like, oh, his mother, oh, like her family. It was like, we had to do this much talk, we had to travel there, we had to and you see that assistant director who's in charge of doing that, and like he's constantly throwing up his arms, and it's like, this is just too much and this is too hard. He got a giant, I remember that guy, because of these things he had to do, he got a giant cyst that grew out of the back of his neck that was that big, and it had to get operated on. So you can't just deal with it easily. You have to go to a hospital and actually get a surgery because it's that infected and ginormous. It left me with a very strong impression. Well, at least they did get money and fame, and definitely more probably than if they stayed as a dancer and Kunqu actress. But you know, you never know. Life is long. If they all lived to 100 years old, would they regret that? Who knows? Who knows? Zheng Yecheng. Zheng Yecheng is not a dancer. He is a Beijing Opera performer professionally until I think he did get injury. Also, is because of his body proportion. Actually, he can't continue doing it too much in terms of like, it wouldn't, he's too tall basically, and actually his legs are too long proportionally speaking for him to do a lot of the techniques for his role, because he's a wusheng. So wusheng is male and young male who are mostly fighting. So their singing is not so prominently important for their roles. But in Beijing Opera, if you're wusheng, you need to fight on stage. You do a lot of tanzigong, a lot of those, you know, like sabers and then spears and just like flipping somersaults and a lot of difficult things he does. He is a wusheng professionally, and then decided to go into acting because he doesn't have the brightest future in Beijing Opera because of his like I said, natural born. Because if you are a wusheng, the ideal proportion of your body, unfortunately, is if you're half. Your upper body and your lower body is actually like in the middle. And it wouldn't really fit, let's say, our contemporary aesthetics where we want long legs. But if you're in that proportion, it's easier for you to do a lot of maneuvers, the somersaulting things and other things. So he doesn't have the ideal proportion for that. Yeah, so that's why Zheng Yecheng is very good at fighting, like in period fighting scene. You see him doing it for real. And he can do certain things without wires, and he can like he can do swords and he has training in that because that's part of his training as a 武生 in Beijing Opera. Yeah. So in a way, he is a form of dancer, but it's more on the Beijing Opera training 武生 side of things. There's also another, I think Niu Junfeng is also from Beijing Opera training. Yu Jiwei, the actor Yu Jiwei, from Ancient Detective, 简不知. Can you believe the weak, sick, cannot fight, looking like 梅长苏简不知? The actor himself is also 武生. No, 小生 or 武生. He has to do 弹子功 too, but I don't think he's. I can't remember if he's 小生 or 武生, but he's one of the male sort of young male role hangdang actor before he became a drama actor. So he can do that too, and he sings Beijing Opera occasionally on his own social media account. I've seen that. He has a good voice. He's a very good singer. 简不知 is a very good singer and better than a lot of idol singers, if you've ever heard him singing. Interesting, isn't it? So Beijing Opera also had quite a few people sort of coming out of it and getting into the acting, but mostly from dancing. Dancing school would be like probably making up a huge amount of, proportionally speaking, the working actors, actresses these days who come from that background. Too tall. I think he's over 180. Zheng Yecheng probably, but it's not just because he's too tall. It's also because his proportion doesn't fit. When you have too long legs are too long, it's actually not easy for you to do a lot of things. Unfortunately. Weird, isn't it? After Hikaru no Go, I hope to see more projects from the cast. Well, Hu Xianxu is definitely filming something now, and he's lost so much weight. Has anyone seen the latest photo of Hu Xianxu? Shiguang, the actor who was in Hikaru no Go, and he also played the young emperor in Nirvana in Fire 2. He looked like a totally different person. Jenna, you must run. Merry Christmas. Bye. Take care. Have a good holiday. So, Hu Xianxu has totally become a different person almost, because he lost so much weight and he started to grow muscle and doing those trainings, and he's got abs and he looks like a different person, really. And I can tell, like, he's looking more and more like the more favored type of actor looking handsome young guy, but I miss his older plumpier face. I feel like when he got skinny, you almost don't recognize it's him. He has lost a little bit of that unique, identifiable quality of a person that immediately you can tell, oh, that's Hu Xianxu. It's not any other actor, you tell it from a mile away. But now when he got so skinny, I almost didn't recognize him. I like the first time I saw that photo, I was like, what? Who is this guy? Looks handsome for sure, but who? Hu Xianxu? What? So I have to like take double stop, and I'm like, oh yeah, I see. Now you tell me, I see. But if you don't tell me, I wouldn't even realize it's him. I feel a little bit sad. Probably it's a reasonable, logical choice for a young actor who wants to become the mainstream actor, who get offered the roles of like early 20s good-looking young guy roles. If he wants that, he probably needs to conform a little bit to the aesthetics of things. But you know what? Before, when Hu Xianxu was, you know, like has got more fat on him, I can believe he plays a good student type of young man role. Now, when he got really thin and kind of changed a little bit, like the look of him, the first word that came to my head, unfortunately, and I definitely typecast people in my head, is two characters, 渣男. He started to take on the 渣男 vibe. I mean, maybe he can play 渣男 role now, like he actually looks like a 渣男. And before, if he plays 渣男, you wouldn't even believe it. But it's just me. 渣男 in case you don't know, which is garbage man. Not really like you go and collect garbage, but like the type of guys who are just really not faithful to their partners, and they go around and doing stuff, and it's like they're in a gaslighting their partners type of thing. So when he got skinny, he just immediately took on the vibe, and I'm like, oh, wow, maybe he wants to go for the darker roads, who knows. And he definitely changed a lot from when he was much younger. Like the entire vibe of the person has definitely changed. How interesting. Wu Lei also need to, Wu Lei has been working on a couple of like not so ideal projects. Hope he can get better roles, and he also needs a lot of work on his acting. Wang Anyu signed with is it Jiaxing's like their branch company, not which company I can't remember. He signed with the not the main company, but one of the agent companies, smaller company, something like that. Chen Feiyu, the hardest thing for him to do is to grow out of the huge canopy of his parents, and whether he can do it. But his whole family is rather funny. There's recently something that they go on a variety show. Chen Kaige, Chen Feiyu, Chen Hong, they're all Chen. And so the mother, father, and him was in this show. I don't know if a lot of people have seen it, but it's pretty ridiculous about how they talk about food. Like he comes in and they're having dinner and something like, and then they start to talk about things, and it's so fake and weird. If real family members talk to each other like that in life, and in terms of how they talk, how they act, what kind of language they use, and what kind of topic they talk about over dinner table, if that's like a real family and they actually do it, it's a house of weirdos. That's how you would think of it. It doesn't look like normal human actions. I don't know, like if they were acting for camera, probably, but it's very weird. If anyone has watched that program, when Chen Feiyu comes in and Chen Hong and Chen Kaige are eating, I'm like, really? This kind of family exists? For sure? Really? Huh? it baffles me, but it really just baffles me very, very much. For Chen Feiyu, yeah, so whether he would ever be judged just by his own merits or not, like merits, or because of who he is, because who the father is, he's just never gonna get out of, like, never gonna escape that thing. It's definitely hard. And like he's in a very unique position. Not that many people are in his position. New Joy, Jaywalk New Joy. I think I don't even know the English name's translation, but I think he's signed up with an one of those companies that is very heavy on 营销 promotion. Yeah, Ifling. Yeah, you've seen the show. Hey, it's so weird. It's like the entirety of the show is weird vibe all the way through, and it cringes. Like you watch it and you're like, what am I watching? so I'm gonna go away for a bit and come back and probably very soon do the second giveaway, and then we'll see. I need to go away for a bit. I'm back. I'll try to keep today under 2 hours. I don't have that much to say, and people need to go to sleep. If you're on the other side of the planet, it's like way past midnight for a lot of people. SSS is Snow Sword Stride. S cubic. S cubic. Snow Sword Stride and Luoyang, I don't want to compare them because they're so different. They're totally two different types of drama, everything considered. Apart from that, they're a period setting. Both of them are period setting. Apart from that, there's nothing similar between them, like not even like in any way close. So it's hard to compare. Snow Sword Stride is not bad, but I think it definitely performed below expectations, and probably because just how well received Joy of Life was, and then it's the kind of same team and same main lead, and also adapted based on a sort of like similar world in a way, like the male-oriented web novel land thing, and both from very well-received novels. So in many ways, people compare these two, and they kind of expect it will be another Joy of Life. And I think the promotion of that drama in its process definitely mismanaged a lot of people's expectation. And it's not doing very well rating-wise. Therefore, 对手 the iQIYI spy drama kicked it off its CCTV slot, which is pretty sad. It's telling you people on television are not watching Snow Sword Stride, and they want to watch Enemy, so therefore CCTV just dragged Enemy to its slot and kicked Snow Sword Stride off it. Yeah, says a lot. But internet and television watchers are actually different demographics, so it's just one side of the things. I've watched up to I think I'm two episodes short. Two episodes short of the current airing of Snow Sword. So it's not too slow. I'm still watching it. I mean, I'm okay with it, but I'm not, like, it's not enticing, let's just say. And you don't worry much about it, and you are not eagerly waiting for the next episode. But it's still watchable. Pretty much, honestly, for 2021, there's only one drama that made me eagerly want to watch the next episode, and you all know what it is. It only happened once, and took out all my energy. After that drama, I didn't edit anything until now. So it's over, what, 6-7 months? After I've done my last edit of that drama, I just don't have energy, and I haven't fallen in love with the drama that much so that I want to make an edit of it. It says a lot. So that's the only drama this year that got me live on an ungodly schedule for 2 months. Because it updates at 6 p.m. in China. Can you think about that? Like how weird that timing is? So it would be at the time my 3 a.m. My 5 a.m. So they update 6 p.m. It's my 5 a.m. And usually I'll just sleep until I wake up and then I'll catch up. I mean, I'm a couple of hours late, but it's fine. For any drama, you know, even if you want to catch it on the day, you're not so eager in terms of like when it airs for a second, I want to see it. But for me, for those 2 months, that was my life. I had to wake up at 5. And because of that, my biological clock got so screwed up that it took another 2 months for me to erase that so that I don't wake up at 5 a.m. every day for no good reason. I just wake up before 5. Can you imagine, for 2 months after that? And I'm like, I don't want this. I want to sleep until I wake up, which is like, what, 7 or something, but couldn't do it. And it only happened that once. And I'm like, enough. I don't want this anymore, actually. It's too much of my, it's just messing up my life too much. Yeah, SSS is not a wuxia. Now everyone knows it's not a wuxia. It's like the fantasy, the fighting is fantastical. It uses fantasy to fight. And then it's more about politics. And it's about the sort of overwhelming destiny and fate over the personal. Like whatever you like does not matter because the big picture requires you do things. And it's heading towards that huge political clash and just fate that you cannot run away from. So Snow Sword Stride overall tone actually is rather heavy and sad. And it's the type of you cannot fight your destiny type of story. And it's not wuxia. It's just politics all the way. And they try to avoid fighting at all cost. It happens like off screen. People king 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 and it's done. Or yeah, they're just sitting there, 2 people chatting, and you know the fighting is on the other side of the camera, you just don't see it. And then you see a little bit special effect of like people using magic, and it's done. So S3 is not a wuxia. They definitely didn't promote it correctly, but hey. It's still rather watchable drama, and Zhang Ruoyun and Hu Jun are definitely very good. And pretty much every actor is good enough for this. And if you don't like the female lead, well, ignore it. Just watch other parts of it. It's not like Nirvana in Fire either. It vibes at a very people talking riddles, and they talk in a very almost philosophical sense of things. So if you see 2 people chatting in Snow Sword Stride, they don't talk like normal people. But I think it's very stylistic in that way, and I like it quite a lot. I don't really want a very realistic talks and conversations all the time, particularly if it's a period drama. that's already set in a fictional land and things. So why make it like real normal people talking, you know? So everybody say things that has that vibe of like it's like two philosophers sitting at a waterfall. They're talking about fishing, but then they're actually talking about existence. That type of vibe, that's No Sword Stride. Isn't that weird? So, I mean, it's pretty interesting to watch that. But the look, there's nothing to save it, okay? It just looks terrible. The color is bad. But the camera is good. Especially when you see like close up of like hand, of like belt, all those close details of things, immediately you see it's like a film camera. It's just different from a video camera. It just gives you that texture of a film camera that only a film camera can give you, and I like it a lot, and I think it suits this No Sword Stride. But the color is I don't understand. Why do you have to make everything green? What is it with green? You can make trees green, vegetation's green. They're supposed to be green. But humans, if you're actually, like your skin tone is totally green, you're in trouble. You're in trouble. So something wrong with like the blood. John Ryan is getting skinnier too. Yeah, he lost weight for the role quite a lot. You just color correct it yourself, right? Download the episode and just turn off the green, and immediately it's gonna look 10 times better. Shrek. Ogre. Liver disease. Isn't liver disease turning you yellow? Like yellow, right? Jet Li Shaolin style drama. You need to first get an actor who can fight like that on camera. Not easy. No, it's not just Hong Kong production inspired. Like the director said, we want to do Jiangnan. I'm like, Jiangnan is not green. What? Like, why is Jiangnan green? Like, how? I mean, the trees are green, but it's not like people are green. Whatever. How many languages can you speak? Just English and Chinese? Do you count like dialects? I can't speak that many languages. I mean, I always wanted to learn more, but because I don't use them, so I forget about them. To fight these. Fighting is too hard to train. Years of training, too much hassle and very hard on you. For all those fighting actors who are known for their martial arts and kung fu, they've all gone through painful things, like close to dying, breaking bones, injury like to muscles and tendons, and like almost dying and almost getting paralyzed. I mean, Wu Jing almost got fully paralyzed and he magically came back. For real, these people get their money risking their lives doing shots and stuff, and it's a miracle that they lived this long and still are running around. Not that many people want to do that these days, hey? And if you do it for film, you know, sometimes you do question whether it's worth it. Would you like to review about films? Just mostly because I don't get to see them in time, so I don't talk about them. And I'm too late to catch up with the like when the film is in cinema, I don't get to see it, so I can't talk about it. And once it did get online, it's like 5 months, like a 2 month, 5 months, 3 months later, and everybody has moved on. So that's like the problem. Yeah, there have been very tragic accidents here and there. So excited for Dunlun and Nini. Yeah, I want that one too. I don't know when it's coming out, but I'm definitely watching it. Definitely 100% watching it. Ha. I hope it's good. Time travel stories. Time travel stories, if it's good enough, it's usually very interesting. Wang Anyu and Jing Chen pairing. Yeah, they're filming a new drama. Weird. I don't know if it's gonna work. Somehow I don't quite get it, but hey, who knows? SSS, yeah, for real horses. They probably got training for it, and then I think the main ones, like Hu Jun, he knows how to write if he wants to. He's been like how many years being a professional actor and doing previous wuxia. Zhang Ruyin definitely knows how to write horses for years. The main ones. Not like 长歌行 or the 鞠婧祎 drama or like the Tang Yan drama, you know, those fake horse riding. Oh my god, it's so bad. There's this one drama that came out recently, a period drama. The Zhang Zhixi and Tong Mengshi. I can't even remember the title, but it's a contemporary novel writer girl got into her books type of thing, and then ended up in period time, and then the male lead is the looking exactly the same like her real life. Like she met this guy who is a really bad like crappy guy. Anyway, that story, anyone watched it? It's ridiculous. It's really bad. Like Zhang Zhixi's acting is like, her face is like that. But in that drama, there's one scene of horse riding of one of the bad characters, I think, got chased by people, and the camera is like following them and then turns around and looking. Oh my god, that fake horse riding is the worst I've ever seen. If you've seen that scene, it will just blow your mind about how bad fake horse riding can get. Like, that's the worst I've seen this year. Yeah, you probably haven't watched it. You don't have to suffer like I do, so it's fine. Cat scandal in Marvelous Woman. Well, it kind of died out. Nobody's talking about it because bigger melons happened later and nobody cared about it anymore. It's just a cat. Wang Lihong took over. And before Wang Lihong, a couple of other things took over. So the cat becomes... You're never gonna get a definitive proof of whether that cat got killed or like whatever, but I wouldn't be very surprised if it actually happened like that. Not like it's the first time that Yu Zheng's drama killed animals on screen. GL costume drama, hey, I do want to see one too, and then it gets like promoted not as GL at all, but as you watch, you're like, oh, holy, that would be interesting. Anticipating for next year. Yeah, the Nini Denglun one, I want to watch. The Feng Qilong Xi one, I want to see with Chen Kun and Bai Yu. There's definitely a couple of them. Like, I still want to see 烽火流金, which is 杀破狼, and Chase the Light, but we will have to bet on our luck in terms of whether it's gonna come out at all. What else? I can't remember it like right now, but there are more. There are too many, so I can't quite. There's the fat white cat. Yes, you always pet the white cat. Do you read any more 相同性 novel? I think I've only read 魔道祖师 and then parts of, not the entirety, but the 天官赐福. I haven't read the whole thing because it's too long, but I read the beginning and some middle parts and then the ending. Oh, Two Little Monsters, the like a tigerish thing. That's totally CGI'd. Yeah. Yeah, it's a short hair that looks very puffy, but I mean, most of the cats are not fat. It's hard to get an actual fat cat. When they're big, they're just furs. Just furs, mostly. SVSSS. Like, what is that? That is shortened for too much that I can't recognize what it is. So I'm gonna do another one, okay? Just for now. Once you hear it, I'm gonna give it like about a minute. So don't up it too crazily, so that YouTube just shuts me down because they think the comment section got weird. Up it. Type up, okay? And I'll do the second giveaway. For a minute. I'll scroll through the up thing and then find one winner for the $50. Come on. Up. Ooh, so many up. Please, system, do not go crazy. Let's hope YouTube is strong enough to not kick me off live streaming. It is not bombing. 200 people, hey? You're just going crazy on this. YouTube, stay strong, please. Don't go crazy. This is a proper stream. This is not going crazy. I'm just doing a giveaway in a lazy way. I wonder what it will look like for people who do playback and are like, what the heck is going on in the live chat? People just keep upping. Okay, I'll do another 15 seconds. Done. Okay, you can stop now. And then I'll scroll. I'll wait. There's a lag, unfortunately, about 20 seconds. Yeah, so once you hear me say stop, just you can stop now. And then I'll be scrolling back. And then looking at who, from the beginning of all the ups this round. And then let my cursor decide. Come on. My cursor is a bit weird. Let's just keep going. Come on. Okay. I'm gonna do... Not gonna looking at it. I'm gonna randomly go. Stop. Where is my... Okay, so I stopped at the name Chandry Sok. So Chandary, first name, last name SOK, with an orange C as your profile picture. That's... I stopped at you. So you can email me. You don't need to keep typing. I think you're I mean, it's still coming in, and I know there's a lag, so it's fine. Let me know that you did get my... Did hear me. I see swallow. Oh, swallow is swallow that swallow because it's a bunny, so it must be the swallow. You joined. Welcome. Haven't seen you for a while. So congratulations for Chandra Sop. Please email me hello@avenuex.ca and let me know whether it's Apple Store, Amazon, whatever, you know, like that works for you. Okay, so that's for the holiday celebration in the lazy way. I have to confess, I've been trying to do some drawings for the annual planner next year that I'm not gonna sell. I'm just gonna send to everybody who's ever sent me a donation, or bought my products, or like just in any form. And the system should be able to put out an email list that I can email to people. But I have to confess, I just haven't been feeling for the drawing spirit. I've been planning, and I've laid out every month for 2022 what dramas it will be and what characters I'll be drawing on them. And I've started working on it, and I'm up to March. And it hasn't moved beyond March yet. There are like 9 months left, and I'm just like, yeah, I know I need to draw this, but I take up my Apple Pencil and I stare at the screen and I just don't feel like doing it. I'm definitely procrastinating on it, and I'm not feeling inspired by the drawing god right now. I just hold this and I think about it, and I just don't want to do it. But I'm like, I have to do it before the end of the year, right? Because it'll be 2022 soon. But I'm like, on the other hand, I'm just so lazy. How many people are like me, right? Confess. It's like, you know you should do something, you just don't want to do it. How am I like... I'm just pathetic. I want to show you, like look at this drawing. Can you tell what it is? The drama? You probably can, hey? So I may never finish the 12-month drawing, and then therefore the annual like planner thing will just fall, and I will just apologize to every subscriber and donation and buyer for my stuff. I'm like, AvenueX got lazy. AvenueX got lazy, and it cannot be helped. Or maybe one day I'll just suddenly get so inspired that I'll finish it like in 5 hours. I don't know. I can't tell. I am hopeless. And this one you definitely know what it is. Yeah, you know. I think people know. So, I'm being very frank. Is I either can finish this or not. And if it doesn't happen, it doesn't happen. And I mean, I have given up on doing the annual editing that I've been doing for 3 years. I have given up on trying to make the best or the worst drama of the year video this year, because I just feel it's so repeating it, and it's just like, why? Now I need motivation. Mars is not working well right now for me. I need motivation to get this drawing thing done. And I'm so late. Yes, the next one is Ultimate Note. The shower scene in the jungle. I'm even lazy to watch dramas. Oh, you have no idea, Luhan 11, about how I'm also tired because I have to chase like 5 dramas at the same time, and I just like can't do it. So I forced myself to turn on the drama on iPad while I was doing everything else, just so that I know what's going on. So for the 2 winners, please email me. Don't forget to email me, okay? Thank you for loving my videos. Yeah, those videos, hey, like 武侠江湖, I should make more. I understand that. I definitely should. I agree with you. Must be challenging at times, yeah. Hey. It is. It is constantly just being chased by stuff, and it doesn't end. I don't think I can continue making like videos on dramas forever. You know, it has to change your stuff at some point in my life. I'm not sure when, but maybe one day when I feel like it's done. It's served its purpose. Although it's very, very interesting because I have this years of experience of doing this pretty much non-stop. The first 2 years were not so sticking to any schedule, 17 and 18. But starting from end of 19 to now, if I tell you like I'm gonna be off for a week, I tell you I'm gonna be off for a while, a week or so, and I come back, and then if I'm back, I'm always on the same schedule. So it's actually a very I look at that often. I think back and like, did I do that? Really? Wow. How? It's pretty intense. Fangirly. Oh, sure. I mean, although Avilex is just a channel and it's just a part of my life, and it's definitely not the whole thing at all. But the part I do show you, there's very little acting in it. I can promise you that, but whether you believe it or not is up to you. I don't do much acting for Avenue X, but I obviously don't tell people everything about me, for sure. But then the part that you do see is like, pretty like not acting. I talk like this for real too. There's very little persona going on. You won't be able to actually do it like if you're acting a lot for years and like doing multiple videos a week. Sooner or later it's gonna slip. So write a story, maybe one day. I don't know. It could happen tomorrow. It could not happen for 10 years, but you're welcome, Chandri. Thank you for coming to this live stream. I get a lot of like coffee from Ko-Fi. I get like occasional donation, and I get people buying stuff. And anyway, I really want to do something to thank everyone, but the calendar is one of those things, you know. But I'm lazy. I am so behind. I am. So my drawing inspiration muse was with me for October because I put out a lot of new products and a lot of new drawing stuff. And for those couple of weeks, I wanted to draw. So I did it. Now that god is on leave. That muse is on leave for sure. So I can hold the pen, I can do it, but I just don't want to do it. Oh my god. I'm hopeless. I am just so letting the universe decide what I should be doing. Videos and poems, yeah. It is also because Joy of Life has those things, you know. If it doesn't have it to begin with, I won't be able to make videos on it. Which is why good dramas are important. Like, you need good dramas to make content that's also... You know why I feel like 2021 is very exhausting? It's because I think mostly it's because there are a lot of crappy dramas. And you get to the point where you're just like, it's another one. It's another one. Come on, like I can't even rent in any way inventive or creative because you're all just crappy in the same way. Like, this drama craps over this, that drama craps also over this, and all of them are crappy in the same sense. And they make the same kind of mistakes and things, and you get to the point where it's like, I don't even want to rant about the crappy drama, because you're not even bad in a creative way. Like, you're just bad in a mundane and repetitive way. And you watch a lot of dramas and you're like, yeah, okay, this one is watchable, but if we use 20 years ago Chinese drama standard, judging if it's a good drama or a bad drama, it's a bad drama. You look at another one, it's like, this one is watchable, but if you want to think about it, you turn on the logic, mind, and it's like, does not make sense. And after you've watched like hundreds of crappy ones this year, you're like, why am I doing this? Like, what's the meaning of doing that new experience? What's the point? What's the point? I'm just picking the lesser crappy crap out of a pile of poops and telling people like, this is a better crap to consume. If you have to, you know, pick something out of this cesspool of craps. Well, this crap is more tasteful than the other craps. And you see, like, I make a lot of first impression, right? And then I don't talk about it anymore. Either I didn't stick through it, or I did, but it was like, yeah, okay, it's fine, but then it is just what it is. Therefore, there's no point of talking about it anymore. And for Chinese dramas, the good thing is there are so many dramas, so there are always things you can talk about. The bad thing is also there are so many dramas, and you skip on them. It's like the stone that skips on the pond, and it leaves a tiny, tiny imprint, and it disappears instantly. And you don't ever bother to look back on it. You don't think about it. It just goes away, and it's like a garbage can with a lot of trash. And then like a year or two later, when you think back on what are the stuff that have left an impression, there are only that few. And everything else got mixed up. It's like you mix this drama's actor with that drama's actress, with this plot, with that look, and it's just all a one crappy mess. And you're like, what did I spend my life on? So I'd rather Chinese dramas half its number every year. But then, like, the good ones, proportionally speaking, just like increases more. I'd be much more happy, because I like to do, actually, multiple videos on one drama, because I find there's a lot of things that's worth talking about in it, instead of I have to watch 5 dramas and I just talk about them once each. And I don't even want to look back on what I've said on them, really, because they're just so meh. Can't even get critical on, yeah. I mean, I tell people, like, if I like it or not, for what reason, and I don't lie about that, but I wouldn't go full, like, sort of 火力全开 on things, because I don't think it's necessary to go that far on a public platform. You know, like, people, like, it may be something that people like that you don't get, which is totally fine, and you don't want to make people feel too provoked. You know, not good for mental health. But I definitely rant much more. I definitely rant more on like in private with people I know who would not have a problem with me, like, literally swear on things and use absolutely cruel metaphor, ruthless terms to describe the things that I see in those dramas. And some of them are very, very funny. I have to say, those remarks are golden, but I will never share it on public platform. I would only use that and talking to my friends. I'm like, yeah, but that person looks like that mixed with that, and then that happened, and it's absolutely ridiculous. And it's really fun to do that in private, but you can't do it publicly. I understand that. So I'm much more calm and kind in my opinions about dramas when you see me in videos. In private, I kill. In private, I am like ruthless, but and also if the fact is, if you really want to draw in audiences and get a lot of clickbait your videos, I don't ever clickbait, and my video titles are so boring. It literally is telling you whether it's a first impression and then what's the name of it and in English and then CC. So that's how I title all my videos. I don't hardly, like if it's a rant video, I would write a title that's funny or something like that. But usually a review video, I don't clickbait at all. But the funny thing is, if you actually want to make more money on YouTube, you should actually be opinionated crazy. Like, as long as you're stepping on, like, not stepping on YouTube's censorship line. You know, like doing the politically incorrect things. As long as it's not YouTube's sensitive point, and you can go as far as you like. And the more you do that, more viewing and more ad money. It's insane. Like, if you want to be a really nasty person, you'll get more money. And you don't care about that, you'll get more money. And it's sad when you think about that. If you think about social media in general, is if you want to make money off viewing, off ad, off traffic, then you should actually be as nasty as you can. And then you'll get more money. And then as long as you don't care about what other people would say to you and do whatever, you know, like you know, the money that ended up in your bank account is the real thing, the tangible thing. The other whatever hate on internet, you know, like honestly, what can you do, you know? So if you really want to go down that route, it's still doable, and a lot of people are doing it. But personally, I'm like, it's just television. You know, it's just dramas. It's not worth that. So yeah, it's not worth that. You should put a ruthless review on Patreon. I quit Patreon, so I can't go back. I didn't like what they do. It's pretty stupid. They decide who can have an account, and if your opinion doesn't sit with them, they'll just kick you off, which is just like, what? Come on, we don't need another platform like that. So I canceled Patreon. Yeah. A ruthless review on Patreon. Oh god. And probably not a good idea to do that either. What was the fastest you dropped a drama? This year, probably 砍价女王. Bargain Queen? The Bargain Queen was Wu Jingyan and Lin Gengxin. Because right from the beginning, they had this bus stop kissing. Like bus stop, 壁咚. Like the wall. Like he basically presses on the girl. In the first 3 minutes or something, I dropped the drama instantly. That's the fastest one, I think. I was like, what the F am I watching? Bye. I didn't watch anything after that, so a lot of people ranted about that drama, but to me, that's enough. I was like, I said, bye. It's like, I mean, Wu Jingyan already doesn't have the best reputation for her contemporary dramas, and then you see Lin Gengxin has given up on any kind of like professionalism and pursuit of being an actor. A wasted talent and opportunity, really. Like since the early days when he first got famous, and he has given up. So I'm like, I already know it's gonna be pretty ridiculous, but yeah, the bus stop is like and like even the more ridiculous drama, which is Cheng Xuyuan, programmer, the cute programmer thing. I mean, even that, I sticked through it longer. Just want to see how ridiculous it got later with the woman dressed up as a guy in 21st century and somehow still get employed. But even that one got longer, like time, until I saw something that just got too weird. And It's sad that some actors and actresses now have been associated with crappy productions. Like when you see their name, you almost 100% believe it's gonna be a crappy drama. You don't even need to watch it. You already have that judgment in your head. Wu Jingyan is one. In a way, like 祝绪丹、邢昭林kind of fell into that. Yeah. What can you say? Horror film. Film is not my forte these days. It would be cute programmer. For me, it would be cute programmer. Yeah, cute programmer is really ridiculous. But I was just like, let me just stick with it for a bit longer, see how far it goes. So this is already 12:05. I'll be here for another 10 minutes and then I definitely should go off and you should go to sleep and do whatever. I hope like most people can have a bit time off during Christmas. If so, have fun. Happy holiday. I mean, like the weather is perfect here for Christmas. But these days, you know, with the new variant going on in this world, it's another winter stuck at home. Definitely not today. I have. It's a film length that's been chopped into a drama, but really it's like a 2-hour film, right? Two hour and a half. I've watched it. It's pretty nice. But it's so short. You probably just consider it as a digital film. It's enjoyable. Very, very, very nice to watch it. And then when it's done, it's like, yeah, cool. Well done. Small production. Very, very well done for what it is. And probably not many people have seen it, but worth a try. It's just a film length thing. I think it's on Youku, right? Definitely not today. Thank you, Dora Poke. I love your hair. Thank you. I'm losing my hair very, like a lot. I think it's winter. Or it's the hardness of the water here. When you get long hair, it just falls off. I'm like Tang Xuejian. When the weather is bad, I lose my hair. But she goes bald overnight, which is very sad. I'm not that bad, but hey. Yeah, so a couple more minutes. I'll just be randomly speaking things here. For people who are going off, bye. Yeah, I will be posting on Saturday, for sure. I may just have a break in the first week of January, or not. I don't know. I'll decide later. Yeah, but Saturday will still be here. Yeah. Apart from Wang Lihong's gossip this week, I think the biggest thing was the top live stream seller who got fined and got banned, or not banned, like her accounts get closed. Whether it's gonna reopen in the future, who knows? Which is like the biggest online Taobao live streaming seller in China. I think that's the one of the biggest thing that happened during this week. A lot of the stars, like film, television, singers, have been on her show, selling stuff. She's pretty well known, and then she got, oh my god, epically fined because of tax evasion, and the number is insanity. Fan Bingbing many years ago got basically, yeah, banned over 800 million. So she paid 800 million. Part of it is the tax she didn't pay. Part of it is the fine. And this lady, it's like 1.5 times more than that. So it's about 1.34 billion RMB that she had to pay. And half of it is the tax that she owed, half of it is her fine. That amount of money, I think it's pretty close to the budget of Avatar, like the film. Can you imagine that? And it's only like the tax she owed for like this year or last or something like that. For anyway, like they did. It's insanity how much tax she owed, and the number is just like shocking. And people were like trying to figure out, if you earn a certain amount of salary, how many years you have to work to earn that much money. And the number comes out is like, you have to start working when you were a monkey. Before you're Homo sapien, for like a like a normal office worker's like wage, monthly wage, you have to start working when you were like in prehistoric time. To now, to be able to make 1.3 billion RMB. Oh my god, and like when you think about that. You know, like we just don't understand like the real rich people, like what kind of like scale of wealth they have. And they even like do calculations about how much, like paper money wise, it would weigh, how many tons. I think it's like a crazy ton kind of number of like that amount of money. And how high it's gonna go if you pile it up. It's pretty ridiculous. Monkeys, good point. So, entertainment business, or you know, all those businesses, it's like they live in a different type of existence than our ordinary folks. So it would be wise for us to not really, you know, think too much on their lines and stuff. And they don't need us poor wage earners I don't know, like shouting out stuff for them, because come on. It's totally like they don't worry about the same thing we do, pretty much. And they worry a new set of things that are beyond our imagination. Yeah, consumerism is pretty. Taobao got that big, live streaming got that big because of that, and definitely you see hammer coming down on them now, because it actually during last couple of years, 2-3 years, when live streaming on Taobao got so big, so insanely big in China, out of control type of big, it really actually starved off a lot of small businesses, even brands, products, everybody on the chain of traditional commercial structure. You know, you would have bulk selling, you have like levels of distributors, and if you do the traditional way of selling things, everybody on the line in the process will get a cut of it. And so you can basically, in that structure, make a lot of people make a living. So more people, smaller business owners, smaller distributors along the production line of a product from its factory to getting to the retail shop and stuff, more people can basically make a living on that. But once they did this live streaming thing, it just killed so many in-between people along the line. and it collected all the wealth. It sucked off all the wealth to that top couple of live stream seller people, that they become monopolizing over products, brands, everything, and they have so much power, and they just destroyed a lot of like possibilities of smaller businesses and stuff. So so the knife comes for them. Yeah, if you're not living in China, you probably don't know how big live streaming selling has gotten in the last couple of years. It's beyond crazy, and you don't really have an equivalent outside China in other places the same way. But internet age, insanity. Okay, so I should go off now. Happy holidays. Have a nice rest of the day if you're still in somewhere that is daytime. If it's night, sleep well. And yeah, next time on live stream, that would be January, and it will be probably before Chinese New Year. Then we'll see. We'll see what the first month of 2022 bring us. Yeah, take care. Happy holidays, Merry Christmas. And then the two winners, okay? Email me. Bye.